find a way to run from the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Okay, so this just popped up by Myra. The UK poll, no one gave a shit about Harry and Meghan's interview. We won't be watching. ITV, at its peak, the interview was watched by 12.3 million people. Wow. Wow. Let's see film updates. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's interview with Oprah Winfrey was watched by over 11.2 million viewers in the UK, making it the biggest TV audience of the year in Britain. Wow. These people are playing themselves and they came with that nonsense. Alright, let's play this. I know I'm gonna get flagged. This is gonna be at the end. Alright, it's 6 minutes. Oh my god, 6 minutes. Alright, let's see some of the comment. This is gonna be at the end of the video. Okay, just on FYI. Okay, that's this. Let's bookmark this. Alright, love the Umbia report. Report it as it is. He's not wrong. Wonderful and surprising things to hear. Exactly. Preach fact 100%. Alright, that was something I see here with Cape Cod. Let me like it before it disappears. Okay, those of us who know the power structure and the entertainment industry, both visible and invisible, know that Alex Bradford TV did a very brave thing on air today, and I hope the ITV threw their full support behind him. So I'm assuming it's this guy who was putting Piers Morgan in his place and he ran out. Let me see here. Okay, I'm shocked that he seems so obvious scared and speaking what he knows to be true. Great man, British white society has really terrorized black people and white institution. Britain has made it so that black people fear losing their job for complaining while black. Okay, total respects for Alex. His monologue was calm, factual, and above all, compelling. Alright, this is the thing. People need to talk. Okay, so actually, patient, self-control, rational, logical, and explain everything well. Much respect to him. His behavior was inappropriate. There is a time and place, and it should have been off air. What the fuck are you talking about? Maybe this should apply to Piers Morgan when he's ranting, from what I've heard. Alright, let's see. Using the logic, perhaps Piers' personal attack about Meghan should also be have been off the air. There it is. Alright, so I don't even need to go because this pretty much sums it up. 100% thumbs up. ITV Piers is toxic and you allow him to behave like this. You are enabler. Also, his comment to Charlotte Hawkins this morning were gross. Stop thinking about publicity and think about your moral obligation to condemn his behavior. Okay, that's why he's employed by them, to create controversies and keep everyone talking about him and his views. I never watch it. I can't stand the blog. Alright, so that's the thing, because you guys are giving them view. So people is gonna still watching. Alright, he's gonna still be there. Let me go to Brian Cape Cod. Okay, he's talking about this video. Did I record it? I don't know if I did, but I'll do it again and I'll put it at the end of this video. Alright, this is Brian Cape Cod. Thug with press card. This is the verdict of the journalist who broke ranks to expose illegal phone hacking. And what are the thugs with press cards doing now? They are cranking up the bullying. 10 and 20 page of bile today. Alright, what is this? Last night, I heard a prince said the royal family are frightened of the UK tabloid and his wife talk about being driven close to suicide by them. 10 years ago, we exposed their criminality but failed to reform them. So thugs with press cards still bully us all. Wow, Nick Davies. Okay, just because they say it doesn't make it true, it is self-serving narrative after all. Okay, and despite taking place in 2011, 2012, the Leveson inquiry was still important enough in 2019 for the Conservatives to feature it in their manifesto. I thought it was weird at the time, to be honest, to be fair. Alright, we will ensure that no one is put off from engaging in politics or standing in an election by threat, harassment, or abuse, whether in person or online. We will champion freedom of expression and tolerance both in the UK and overseas. To support free speech, we will repeal Section 40 of the Crime and Court Act 2014, which seeks to coerce the press. We will not proceed with the second stage of the Leveson inquiry. Okay, so people are talking. This is the thing I told you guys. When people start talking, they wanted people to get angry. Little at a time, you're saying this. I don't think Prince Charles give a F about Harry right now, because his position right now is standing on a broken glass. All right, let's see here. That was this one I read. Sadly, I don't believe a word the Tory says. Mailbox. Warning over photo ID law change for UK-wide and English election. They're trying the same tactic as the US now. Campaigners say more will hit ethnic minorities and working class communities. Okay, they're doing the same thing as the US. I told you guys, this is the same way the US was heading. All right, they did that British things, make the people vote against their own interests. This all connected. All right, all this is connected. I'm far away. I could see this was coming miles away. Let's see here. Sadly, in their manifesto too, I don't trust them either. The Home Office has shows the system does not function if you don't have the paperwork. See, okay, there's most things. This has to do with the UK. Okay, nearly a quarter of a century ago, a woman was literally hounded to her death by them. Not just any old woman. The mother of the prince you mentioned. Okay? That's Prince Harry, Princess Diana. The UK press, the tabloid in particular, are a disgrace on a real level that's hard to comprehend. Oh my goodness, let me get out of there because I have too much to say, and I'll have to search to back all of them up. Alright, this one I'm not sure if I recorded, but let me show it to you again. All right, this is gold. Really hammer home that Piers Morgan's relentless attack on Meghan Markle over the years had nothing to do with her performance at the Royal and everything to do with his fragile ego. Any woman who has rejected a man and watched him lose his shit will recognize this. Let's see this.
And I understand. You've made
It's
it
playing
so
over again. Let me see 8 of the comments here. Okay. You only spit the dumb and stomp your way offset. Like this is every word you're hearing is hitting a little too close to the bone. For those needing a background, let's see here. Okay, it's not just a case of journalism honoring on one woman, it's more than that. Piers met Meghan years ago after he followed her on Twitter and she messaged him saying she was a fan of his. The pair developed a virtual friendship before meeting for a drink in London when Meghan visited the UK to watch Serena Williams at Wimbledon. Quote, we had 2 hours in the pub. She had a couple of dirty martinis and a pint. We got on brilliantly. He said of the meeting during our appearance on the Late Late Show. Then I put her in a cab, and it turns out it was the cab that took her to party where she met Prince Harry. The next night, they had a solo dinner and was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle. I never heard from her again. Meghan Markle ghosted me. The bit that tips Piers over the edge is when Alex Beresford point out that ever since Meghan cut off Piers, which as he hammered home, she has the right to do so. She doesn't owe Piers a relationship. She never ever spoke of him. He unimportant to her and it enrages him. Okay, everything he has done ever since has essentially been thrown endless temper tantrum and an attempt to elicit a response, any response from a woman who has rejected him. And ladies, we all seen this happen before, and I'm right. Toxic bullshit from emotional stuntmen. This is using your platform to grind home your personal agenda. Not acceptable. Piers is brawl at calling the government out during COVID-19. He should concentrate on that. That's right. He should concentrate on that. Indeed, Piers Morgan, fragile ego, shame on you. Okay. This is indeed gold, and you're allowed, yeah. Let's see here. There's people are saying you can see he's trying not to cry if he hasn't already. Alright, I need to get off and I need to start editing. So much more is coming. So much more, and I already edit like an hour and a half already. This is 17 minutes. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
But just imagine being told that your unborn baby won't have the same privileges, won't have the same protections as everyone else in the family. Imagine one of your in-laws asking questions about the color of your unborn baby's skin.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
Who is having that conversation with you? What?
so,
There is a conversation. Hold up.
there's
Stop
several
right now.
there's several conversations
There's a
about it.
conversation with you
With Harry.
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Conversation like that about your baby? Imagine people talking that way about your baby before your baby's even born. It's awful. But it is, sadly, it's not shocking, not at all, not to people of color. I don't think anybody who watched Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah or who watched how Meghan was treated, how people talked about her, could really be surprised about that. Remember the racist lie about Meghan being almost straight out of Compton? Right? That's the Daily Mail. Straight out of Compton. Racism is racism. Doesn't matter whether you live in a shack or a palace. Prince Harry says that he will never share that conversation about his son. But he tells Oprah it wasn't with the Queen or Prince Philip.
It was not his grandmother nor his grandfather that were a part of those conversations.
So, and Harry says that racism directed at Meghan and their son Archie, racism especially from the British press, he says, was a big part of why they stepped away from the royal family.
Did you leave the country because of racism?
It was a large part of it. I remember that the Centre Bali fundraiser.
Yes.
One of the people at that dinner said to me, "Please don't do this with the media. They will destroy your life."
So let's be clear about this. The monarchy, the British monarchy, is a caste system, a hierarchy based on bloodlines. Think about that, and then ask yourself again if it is a surprise that they wondered, you know, what would baby Archie's skin color be? Skin color has really been whispered about, talked about, right out loud for centuries. As I just talked to Chris about, I write about it in my book, This is a Fire. What I say to my friends about racism, and I just want to share the kind of words that I have heard and that I wrote about. And I say people who were 3/4 black were griffs. Mulattoes were half black, quadroons a quarter black, octoroons an eighth, and so on, down to the 1/64th black Sunmile. These anachronistic terms offend our ears now, but the old brown paper bag test, a sliding valuation of skin tone versus stature, still whispers in the subconscious mind of the job interviewer and the job applicant, the loan officer and the loan applicant, the teacher and the student, the cop and the citizen. We'd like to think that we have moved beyond all that. But have we really? Now we can add Duchess, Princess, and Prince to that list. Meghan and Harry's story is a story of how hard it can be to change institutions, to change societies and cultures. How hard it is to talk about race sometimes. Now, we haven't heard from the royal family since Meghan and Harry's interview with Oprah aired there tonight. But some people will say that we haven't heard from the other side. But they didn't listen to one of their own. They let him go. And somehow this painful story for a real couple, their son, their unborn daughter, somehow it's just because just another chapter of the culture wars on the right. It has become that. Fox News, of course, Fox News, apparently thinks that racism magically disappears if you have enough money.
Although the royal couple now lives in a $14 million mansion, Duchess Meghan maintains they are just trying to get back to the basics.
It's hard for me to believe that they are the victims in this.
We know that Prince Harry got $20 million when his mother died. There's so much money here, it's really hard to pity them.
They're going to have plenty of money the rest of their lives. I just don't know what the point of that interview was.
What does that money have to do with, what does that have? Money takes away racism? It makes it not a thing? Come on, y'all, all of you. When you're living in privilege, you don't see racism. Even when it's happening right before your eyes. Even when you see a white police officer with his knee on the neck of a black man begging for his life. 8 minutes, 46 seconds. By the way, the trial of the former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd set to begin tomorrow morning. And a new poll finds that 64% of black Americans describe what happened as murder. Only 28% of white Americans said this was murder.
And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this program, a number of times. And I understand that you've got a personal relationship with Meghan Markle, or had one, and she cut you off. She's entitled to cut you off if she wants to. Has she said anything about you since she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no, sorry.
Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, maybe not my own self.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't do
This is
this.
absolutely diabolical behaviour. And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle.